Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to comment. Welcome, Commissioner Anthony. I'm Seth Handy. I'm from Handy Law. While I'm often here representing clients, I'm here as a citizen today to comment. Might be somewhat rare, but I'm here to commend the Commission and the Division for the hard work that they've done recently to bring energy costs down in Rhode Island. It's a pity that National Grid filed its rate plan in March 2016 and comes in now before that hard work, the benefits of that hard work have been realized. I'm also here to say that it's fairly clear that business as usual is not paying off in this state. The idea that closing power plants make it necessary to invest more in infrastructure, more in gas, I think is a bit of a myth. ISO reports that 4,200 megawatts of power are retiring. That's nuclear, oil, and coal plants that are not competitive. That represents 15%, not 30% of our total generation capacity in the region. As for new generation, there's over 10,000 megawatts of efficiency and renewables proposed to ISO for development. There's only 6,400 megawatts of natural gas plants in contrast. Plants like Burrville can't compete in the capacity market. They're not being selected in a capacity auction because they're just not competitive. They're too expensive. As for pipelines, most recently National Grid and Eversource proposed a $3.2 billion Access Northeast pipeline, and that proposal failed because the Massachusetts Supreme Court found that gas peddlers didn't want to assume the risks of that pipeline, the risk of the investment because of competitive forces in the market. They were afraid that they wouldn't be able to recover that investment because gas may be outcompeted by its competition. And they rejected the attempt to put that risk on electric consumers. The Massachusetts Supreme Court rejected that pipeline because it was not cost competitive. There are many options. There are options for efficiency. There are options for renewables. I'm proud to be a commissioner at the Narragansett Bay Commission. It has already converted 45% of its energy to renewables and implemented 10% efficiency. They've saved so far $4.7 million in doing so. Even the investment firm J.P. Morgan Chase just announced that by 2020 they will be 100% renewable. They don't have a history of being green or liberal, and they don't have a history of making bad investments either. They know where the future is going. Even Torrey Plastics here today with the TechRI folks, they've converted all of their energy away from traditional supply. They know where the winds are blowing. There's also the option of competitive supply that I'm sure the Lieutenant Governor will speak to. But I want to come back to the efforts that the Commission and the Division are making to bring costs down. First of all, the State Energy Plan calls for diversification of our energy supply to ease costly over-reliance on gas and to provide more security in addition to more energy security in addition to the environmental benefit. In docket 4600, a group representing just about all the energy stakeholders in the state, everyone was invited to participate. TechRI participated, the Division participated, National Grid even participated. And we found many, many ways to pursue better value in our energy supply. Just one of them, time-varying rates, which would enable us to reward people that consume less at peak demand when our electricity is the most expensive, and to generate more during peak of our own local supply during peak periods when we need it the most to offset our energy costs. That's the kind of innovation that can come when we overcome our old school thinking that there's only one path to solving this problem. In the Transforming Our Power Sector proceedings, we're looking at the utility business model to ensure that the utility's interests in gas and transmission and distribution don't eclipse our customers and our society's drive for a more economical energy future. We're working on distribution system planning to enable that future, to make sure that our distribution system has the capacity to take us in the direction that we want to go and gets the investment to do so. And we're anticipating beneficial electrification in our transportation and our thermal sectors, and what that's going to look like in terms of electric's demand and how we're going to supply that demand. I just want to thank the Commission and the Division for putting us on the right path to better energy future in Rhode Island. It's too bad that National Grid is coming in for this rate change now, because the benefits of that future are yet to be realized. Thank you.